And now from nature's heat to what's been the hottest issue in New Jersey for decades now, property tax reform. The Republican governor joined GOP lawmakers and the Democratic Senate president over the holiday weekend in a compromise that looks to have the makings of an historic agreement on property tax caps in New Jersey. And late today, the governor issued a conditional veto that embodies the language and principles contained in that compromise that calls for a 2% cap on local government and school spending with a number of exceptions. Assembly Speaker Sheila Oliver did not join in that agreement reached midday Saturday, and today she says she'll meet with Democrats in the Assembly caucus tomorrow to discuss the new proposal. Now with us now is our new South Jersey correspondent, Joe Bisicchia, who spent today a bit north of that assigned area. Joe, in Trenton, where you jumped in with both feet on this tough issue.
Thanks, Jim. And it's an honor to be here at NJN with its dedicated journalists serving our state, especially now at this critical time in New Jersey. The news today in Trenton signals a step toward lowering the current 4% cap on property tax increases, but there's still ground to cover. The governor today stressed bipartisan urgency. In a statement released this afternoon, he stated, "Now is the time to act, not hesitate. The stakes are too high for New Jersey families who are struggling to make ends meet and fighting to stay in their own homes to delay any longer in providing real, meaningful property tax relief." Saturday's agreement ended a 3-day standoff over how to structure tax increase limits in a state with the highest property taxes in the nation.
This reaches all of the core principles that everyone standing up here has been talking about for quite some time. And all of us made compromises to get here. I wanted a constitutional cap, but now we're going to have a statutory cap. Some wanted more exemptions. We're going to have less. Everybody stood up to the plate and decided that progress, significant, real progress, was more important than any one person getting the sole credit or sole blame.
With the Senate on board, the big wait today was to see where the Assembly would stand. And Assembly Speaker Sheila Oliver issued this statement, essentially giving the go to work with the governor. Her office tells us Oliver will not block the process, but that the Speaker will, quote, determine the position of the Assembly Majority Caucus after vetting the proposal with her members and upon concluding tomorrow's Budget Committee hearing. At the State House today, the aftermath of Saturday's critical compromise was one of satisfaction for what was accomplished and readiness for the days ahead.
The Assembly's ready to move with this. In fact, the Assembly's ready to go further. And, in some respects, while we're very proud of what it is, we also recognize that it's not enough.
It is good that the governor decided to move and adopt the Senate President Sweeney's plan. It's a compromise. It's a good step that we're beginning to work together.
In the last couple of days, I've had a number of people stop me going in to get a coffee in the morning or getting an ice cream cone. They are ecstatic about what the governor has done, along with the Senate President, and I'm pretty sure that Speaker Oliver will work with the governor and be on board.
What is on the table now is a result of our work and our efforts and things that we've been advocating for months. The fact that there's no more constitutional amendment was very important. The fact that it's being statutory was a key component. The fact that it's 50+1% of the voters, and the voters have a say, but not at 60-40. We live in a democracy.
Democracy in action today included debate over debt.
We're kicking the problem down the road instead of dealing with it here today.
As members of the Joint Budget Oversight Committee labored over the issue of debt refinancing, Democrats argued for transparency. Republicans made the case for tough decision-making.
Sure, there's some things we don't want to do, just as in the budget, but we have to do them, and I think the public is willing to trust this governor to do the right thing and really look adversity in the face and really not blink.
So more developments are coming this week in this ongoing tug-of-war fight over property tax reform. Of course, we'll have complete coverage right here tomorrow. Jim?
All right, nice piece, Joe, and it's, of course, good to have you aboard, great to have you aboard, and we look forward to your reports out of South Jersey and elsewhere down the road.
Thanks, Jim.
All right, thanks, Joe.